Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem for the Passover, which we still celebrate as Palm Sunday, was a joyous day because the Israelites believed that he was the one who would free them from Roman oppression. However, the people were mistaken, as Jesus came to free them from sin and death, not from Roman authority. As this became clear, the shouts of praise for Jesus turned into angry calls for his death. Then, on the night of the Passover, Jesus was betrayed and brought before Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate did not want to put Jesus to death, but the angry crowds pressured him and shouted, "Crucify him!" Pilate eventually gave in. So they took Jesus, made him carry his cross, and hung him on it, with a criminal on each side of him. Nearby, Jesus' mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the disciple John watched in sadness. Jesus looked down at them and told John to take care of his mother from that day forward. Sometime later, Jesus spoke again, saying, "It is finished." He then bowed his head and died. Two religious leaders that believed in Jesus took his body down from the cross and placed it in a nearby tomb. And because of the Sabbath the next day, Jesus' friends did not return to his tomb until the third day. Then, early Sunday morning, while it was still dark, Mary returned to the tomb. As she approached, she saw that the stone which sealed the tomb had been moved away. Seeing this, Mary ran to find the disciples, Peter and John, and told them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb." So Peter and John took off running to see for themselves. When they got there, they found the linen clothes lying there and the face cloth folded up on its own. But at this point, they still did not understand from the scripture that Jesus had to rise from the dead, and so the disciples left. But Mary stayed outside the tomb crying. As she cried, she looked in and saw two angels dressed in white, seated where Jesus' body had been taken. They asked her, "Why are you crying?" Mary replied that someone had taken Jesus' body. Then she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, except she didn't recognize it was him and thought he was just a gardener. Jesus said to Mary, "Why are you crying? Who are you looking for?" Mary replied, "Sir, did you carry him away? Tell me where you put him. Then I will go and get him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." And at that moment, Mary recognized him and shouted out, "Teacher," which is what many of Jesus' followers called him. Jesus told Mary to go tell the disciples that he would be going to his Father in heaven. Mary obeyed and went to the disciples. When she got there, she announced, "I have seen the Lord," and she shared with them everything that Jesus had told her.